What do you think about the scene as it is right now, and what could be done to improve it?
I think it's beautiful, man. I think the way it is now, there's just more ways to find, you know, whatever it is you like. Now that we have things like, you know, some people think streaming's bad and digital's, it's just different, and I don't think it's bad. I think it's just more of everything. Vinyl's strong. I feel like there's a world of, like, it's crazy to be able to just go to SoundCloud and find artists literally putting out music from their bedroom, you know what I mean? So I think it's good, you know. I just think it's like, if you look hard enough, you can always find, there's someone over there that's, you could find that, scratch that itch that you're trying to have scratched, and find whatever that is out there. But I think the technology has made it dope, you know, so have faith, don't be bummed. There's some good shit out there, you just gotta look hard enough, you know.
How do you feel about the digital vinyl versus vinyl thing?
I love it, you know. Obviously I love vinyl, but the technology in the last 20 years has just gotten so amazing that you can't deny its practical application. So, you know, even with what we teach at our school, the Beat Junkies Institute of Sound, we start them on vinyl, but with the goal eventually to fuse that with control vinyl and Serato or CDJs and controllers, you know, because I think, like, now that it's more accessible, it's amazing. Like, it used to be hard to find this information and what turntables to buy, or, man, I can't even afford it. Now there's, like, amazing entry-level things that you could literally really be practicing and really DJing with. So I embrace new technology, and you know, I'm just still very much about, no matter what or how you're playing, there's certain things all of us DJs need to know, you know what I mean? And the machine's not going to do it all for us. So it's a balance of, like, being able to mix with your ears, have dexterity, have great musical taste, you know what I'm saying? And all that really matters is what's coming out of the speaker and how it makes people feel, right? So I'm all for the new technology. I love it.
Is digging a skill?
Definitely. Well, I just think it's like any other knowledge-based thing. Like, the best diggers are the ones that have the most knowledge, whether that be through some sort of studying and listening and researching. You know, back in my early days, I didn't understand that I was even doing that, but just being young and being interested on the credits on the back of a record, and I find out, oh, they're sampling. Oh, and they cleared this guy, and then you start looking for this guy's records, and then you look at the back of his records, you're like, I really liked all the bass lines, and you find, the bass player on this record was this guy, then you start looking for records of the, you know, so it's like this never-ending rabbit hole of discovering things, and, like, as you dig more and more, you do get better at it. I mean, like, you dig over and over, and you're gonna find out the hard way, worst case scenario, that record's whack. You know what I mean? Like, the trick is to, like, find out for it for as inexpensive as you can. You know what I mean? So, yeah, digging is a very skillful thing, but also it doesn't hurt to be lucky. You know, just being somewhere where people aren't digging, the odds are higher that you're gonna come up, you know? So, yeah. Or you can just go to Discogs, and if you have money, and it doesn't matter.
What do you have to say to young and beginner DJs that are, like, just starting out? Like, what's step one?
I think the first step is to, you know, since there's so much access out there, do a little homework and find out about the art form and the culture of DJing. Go to YouTube. If you see a DJ you like, look up that DJ, and just start on the most basic level, like, you know, finding out and having, like, a little bit of a basic understanding. And from there, I think it's, what always sparked me was to understand if I liked a certain DJ, I would then find out who was that DJ's influences, and so on and so forth. And you know, and I think part of DJing too that isn't emphasized is just the tracking of the movement of the culture, and understanding, no matter what genre you are, you should understand the impact of Grandmaster Flash, right? Should understand the impact of A-Track or Jazzy Jeff or whoever these great DJs in the timeline. So I think, you know, starting early on to have a cultural kind of understanding never hurts. You know, and then if you're lucky enough to be able to afford some type of equipment, like I said, the internet is amazing. If that's all you had is the internet and a basic controller, you could learn everything you essentially needed to learn. But if you're lucky enough to find other like-minded DJs and actually physically build with them, I really suggest that. Find other DJs, try to figure things out, always be curious, you know. Or you can just come to our school and we'll figure it all out for you, you know. So.
Can you just tell us about your school real quick?
Yeah, so the Beat Junkies, I have our own school in Glendale called the Beat Junkie Institute of Sound, and we opened in 2017, so we've been open now for 7 years. And yeah, we teach art form of DJing with a strong emphasis on technique, mechanics, history, and technology. So, and it's been an amazing journey. And we also teach online. We have an online school, beatjunkies.tv. But yeah, I say it in all humbleness. We have like the most amazing school in the world, and if you ever have a chance to come visit us and you're in the LA area, come through.
Absolutely, absolutely. One last question. What do you have to say about ciphers and cipher culture?
I think cipher culture is really important. It was something that was important for my development. You know, in terms of DJing, you know, I come from a lot of scratching, so we would cipher up on turntables where MCs might cipher up in literal ciphers and just rapping. We would do that with scratching, and we still do that up to today. We have scratch sessions at school all the time. So I think it's a way to communicate. It's a way to really refine and build, and it's healthy competition, you know what I mean? And I think the same can go for any kind of ciphering activity. I think there's powers in numbers, and you know, you get better building with others, so anytime you can interact and exchange energy, it can only help.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Anything else you want to say to the nice people?
No. Peace out.